To begin the seminar, I am delighted to introduce our first speaker, Professor Kanchan Naidu. With an academic background that includes an MSc in microbiology and an MEd, Professor Naidu has spent the last 15 years shaping the future of education. Her vast experience spans a variety of teaching environments where she has consistently demonstrated a deep commitment to students' growth and development. Her journey in education has seen her not only excel in teaching but also contribute to curriculum development, mentoring, and empowering fellow educators. Professor Naidu's passion for fostering curiosity and her innovative teaching methods have earned her the respect of both her students and colleagues. She is known for her ability to break down complex concepts and making learning an engaging, enjoyable process. Her dedication to nurturing the next generation of teachers makes her an invaluable asset of today's event. Without further ado, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Professor Kanchan Naidu. I hand it over to Ma'am Kanchan.
Good morning, everyone. So, without wasting our time, we'll start with the first session, which is for the EVS subject. Okay, so EVS subject, the paper is divided into two parts. That is knowledge of EVS, that is the content based, which we have from the 3rd to 5th standard for the paper 1. So this is for the paper 1 what we have. Okay, knowledge of EVS at 24% based on knowledge of EVS, while 6 questions are based on the pedagogy. That is what we have, what we learn in D.ED section, wherein the teaching methods and all those things which we study. So altogether EVS subject consists of 30 questions. So out of that is from 121 to 150. Okay, the questions starts in the question paper from 121 to 150. That is what the EVS section is in the paper 1. Okay, TET section paper 1, which is for the D.ED's students. Okay, so EVS 30 marks, out of that 24 for knowledge of EVS and 6 marks for the pedagogy. Okay, moving further, that is about the syllabus. I'm not getting into the detail of everything because the whole thing is there on the internet about the how the TET applications have to be done and various other things. So we'll more focus on the content and the solving of the maximum questions which we can do in the today's session. So the main topics which you can, that is we can say, focus more on in EVS subject is about plants and animals. But in that also specifically you have to get into the detail of the classification of plants and animals, that is the kingdoms and the species and everything, and reproduction, the different ways of reproduction and all that. Because in 3rd to 5th standard they don't have a detailed content of this, but you have to get into the detail because when we went through the papers, it has been seen that the detailed questions are also being asked based on classification and reproduction of plants and animals. So you all can refer to the other higher standard books also for understanding better about the classification of plants and animals, the characteristics of plants and animals and all that, as well as the ways, types of reproduction what we have in plants and animals, the different ways. Then about coming further for the food and nutrition. So you have to study about more of about this also, because the nutrition, the diet, and the nutrients which we have in the food, what their functions, what they play, and if deficiency, what could be, if deficiency occurs, what would happen about it, what can be the diseases called deficiency diseases, that you have to study about, because there are so many questions which are asked about this also. Then coming to the next topic is air and water. You have to study about the properties of these air and water in detail, because there are some questions which are being asked related to this also. Then coming to our body. So in 3rd to 5th standard, basic of our body is being discussed, but in the question papers, they have asked little bit extra about it in detail. So as teachers, you need to know little detail about the content. Okay, so you have to refer to the other books also to get the detailed study about our body. Example, the processes which takes place in our body, they are there in the lower standards as well as higher standards. We learn about the different processes which takes place in our body, like example, respiration, digestion. In that also, digestion, what all enzymes take part, okay, which part of the body helps in what functioning in the which process. So these things you have to study in detail, because there are so many questions which are asked on this also. Coming further, that is Earth and Sky. So that is about the galaxies and the geographical concepts that would be here. Changes in the environment, season cycle. All these questions are also being asked somewhere or the other in the papers. Next, as we know that EVS consists of history also. So about Shivaji's history also, a lot of questions are asked. So you have to see to that you are refer to the content in the textbooks of wherein Shivaji's history has been discussed, as well as the names of the different people who all are associated with Shivaji's history. Then again, different chronologies related to Shivaji, as well as the other people, okay, of in history, in Shivaji's life, whole history, that you have to take the concepts clear with it. Then the next we are learning about evolution of mankind. So that also is going to be detailed. You have to study that in detail, because the different stages of evolution of man. Okay, which stage was called the alternative name for different different stages of human being. Okay, then again, what are the different characteristic features of each of the stage of evolution of mankind that we are learning in evolution in standard of the standard fifth. We have history about all these things. So you all have to get into the details, study about it. Then various chronologies which we have in the history, in third, fourth standard, fifth standard, that you have to go through. For the paper one, I'm talking about. Okay. Then our country and culture, we are learning about the civilizations in history. So that also, again, the different clothing, the traditional clothes which are available, which are in which we have in India. That also we have learned in EVS. So that also is being various places are famous for certain types of clothes, certain types of production, textile production. So that also is being discussed in EVS. So these type of questions may be asked, or so you can focus on when you are preparing. You can focus on these content based questions. If you are thorough with the content of this, so any question you will be able to answer, find the correct answer out of the option which are given in it. Okay, so this is all the overview of EVS syllabus what we have for paper 1. Okay, in TET paper 1, because in TET we have two sections, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is for D.Ed section, that is HSC D.Ed students can apply for paper 1, and paper 2, the ones who are graduates of B.Ed, they can apply for paper 2. The ones D.Ed students who all have graduated also, they also have an option that they can go for both paper 1 and paper 2 can be appeared. So paper 1 is for from 3rd to 5th standard syllabus, and paper 2 is from 6 to 8 standard or 6 to 10 standard, whatever the syllabus what we have, okay, for the B.Ed students. So this is all about the content what we have. Next, so we'll go through, now we'll solve few questions based on this one by one. So the first question what we have, which of the following statement is incorrect? Okay, so what has been asked? The statement which is incorrect. So the first statement, what is it? The XY chromosome occurs in human male. Okay, so chromosomes which we have in human male, XY. So this statement is correct, because in human beings, XY chromosome is seen in male, and females have XX chromosome. Okay, so in human beings, male decides the gender of the child, because they have the different chromosome pair, that is X and Y. So the first statement is correct. Which statement we have to find? We have to find the incorrect one. So the first is out of question there. Second, XX chromosome occurs mainly in male birds. Okay, so mainly in male birds. Okay, XX chromosome occurs mainly in male birds. So that is correct, because in birds they have what we have, it's reverse of human beings. In birds, male has XX chromosome while female has XY chromosome or XO chromosome. So in birds, the female decides the gender of the offspring. So the second statement is also correct. Now coming further to the third statement, the XX chromosome occurs in female insects like butterflies. Okay, so now butterflies, when we say, so butterflies also, it's more or less coming under the organisms, animals or birds only. So again, so butterflies, so we can say birds and insects, they have, the females have XY chromosomes or XO chromosome. Okay, so here the statement that the XX chromosome occurs in the female insects like butterflies, so that is wrong statement. So it should be XY chromosome occurs in the female insects like butterflies. So coming for the fourth option. So we got the incorrect the statement which we have, the third one. So the chromosome, still we'll see the fourth one also. The chromosome of female bird decide the gender of the offspring. So already I told you about this. So that is a correct statement, because the females in the birds and insects, they have XY chromosomes. So our correct answer is XX chromosome occurs in female insects like butterflies. So this is our answer. So which of the following is incorrect? So this is the incorrect statement, that is XX chromosome occurs in the female insects like butterflies. Okay, so this is the first question what we have. Next, so this is the first paper of EVS. So this we don't have in the content, but the reproduction part. So as I said, you have to focus on the reproduction of the plants and animals and all that. So you have to get into the detail of this also. Next, going for further, second question. Read the following. So these are the different kinds of questions which I have taken. The that is second question what we have is read the following cause and effect statement. So what is given? One cause is given and the effect is second effect of that is being given. Okay. So we have to choose the correct alternative. So we have to decide that is the cause right and the effect right, or else is only one of it is right or both are wrong. Okay, so what is the cause given? The density of seawater is more, and what is the effect of it? It is difficult to swim in the seawater. So what are they saying? That because of the density of seawater, as it is more, it is difficult for a person to swim in seawater. Okay, so this is what they are saying. So that is the cause and effect. So because of density of seawater, as it is more, it is difficult to swim. That is the statement what they have made, cause and effect. So now, as the density of seawater is more, that is correct. That is the cause is correct. But when the density of water is more, the swimming becomes easy for a person. So the statement which we have in the effect column, it is wrong. So it is difficult to swim. No, it should be, the effect should be because of the density of water. If it is high, then the swimming becomes easy for a person. So we can say our answer which we have. So the first option, what is it? Only A is correct. Only B is correct. A and B both are correct, while fourth is A and B both are incorrect. So what would be the option? So option A would be the correct answer for us, because the density of seawater is more and the other effect is wrong, because the density, if it is high, it makes easy for a person to swim. Okay, so is this clear everyone? The answer, how we got the answer? So this is another type of question which can be asked. Moving further, third question. So which of the following are the secondary consumer in the food chain? So now I want you all to give me the answer. What would be the answer? Bat, owl, eagle, squirrel. So what is it talking about? The secondary consumers in the food chain. So can anyone give me the answer for this?
Eagle.
Eagle. Why did you choose eagle? Can you give me the reason for it?
Because eagle survives on flesh of other animals, and other animals they feed on other sources. Well, they have other sources to,
Okay.
like,
Okay,
small
good.
insects or
Okay, good attempt. Okay, now tell me first. I want the food chain, the levels in the food chain. So the the chain starts with what? Food chain starts with what? What type of consumers? Are the consumers? It starts with consumer or it starts with something else? Anyone?
Microorganisms.
The food chain starts with microorganisms. Is that the first
Producers.
what?
Producers.
Yes, right. It starts with producers. So producers, the plants will come in the producers. Then comes your primary consumers. After your producers comes your primary consumers. Any primary consumers in our list here? In the option, any primary consumers can you see in this? So primary consumers will be the ones who feed on the plants, right? Yes, yes,
squirrel
yes. Okay. So
survives on nuts.
yes. So yes. So producers, then comes your primary consumers, then comes your secondary consumers. So secondary consumers, what they do, they survive on the primary consumers. They feed on the insects and all that. So which would be the organisms? So eagle and owl, they are out of question because they are the tertiary eaters. They are the tertiary eaters. Okay. So squirrel is out, eagle is out, owl is out. So your bat is the correct answer for the secondary consumer. Okay. So bat survives on the insects and the other small organisms. The correct answer is bat. So you have to see to it that how you are segregating the things. You have to you first sight you may think about as you all get the answer eagle, but you have to think properly for the getting the correct answer because MCQ questions are the options are tricky. So you have to rule out the other possibilities and get the correct answer out from that four options. Okay, so this is the third question type what we have. Moving further for the fourth question. So which of the following is a characteristic feature of Devrite? Devrite is also, in English, it is sacred brood. So now this is the technical question. So religious tourist destination? No, it's not a religious tourist destination. Secondly, ancient viewpoints of protection of plants and animals. Third, famous forest area in Uttaranchal state. And fourth, part of Chipko movement. So the first, it's not the tourist destination, nor it's a for famous forest area in Uttaranchal state, nor it's a part of Chipko movement. The answer here is it's an ancient viewpoint of protection of plants and animals, Devrai forest or Devrai is the characteristic feature that what it says that is ancient viewpoint of protection of plants and animals. So this is the next question what we had. Moving further, so what of the which of the following organization affiliated to UNO has its headquarter in Geneva? Okay, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization UNESCO, World Health Organization WHO, International Atomic Energy Agency IAEA, Food and Agriculture Organization FAO. Anyone for this answer? What would be the option here?
UNESCO.
No,
UNESCO.
wrong answer. So we have here World Health Organization. So the headquarter in Geneva. So the main here, this is the clue that is headquarter in Geneva. So that is the WHO. So the correct option is number two, that is WHO. So which of the following is not related to group of clothes? So this I think as all girls are there, so I think they may give you the correct answer, even though if they don't. So with the logical ones, tell me which of the following is not related to the group of clothes? A. Kanjivaram, 2. Kadiyal, 3. Solapuri, 4. Pitambari. Tell me. Not related to group of clothing.
Option 4.
Option 4. No. So wrong here. So now we have Kanjivaram. It's again it's a famous silk textile. You all know that it's sari. Again, Kadiyal is also another type of clothing. Then Pitambari is also one of the type of clothing. That's it's a type of a sari. And the correct option is Solapuri because Solapuri is your bedding. Okay. So the bed sheets what we have. So the correct option is 3. Kolhapur. Okay, so Kanchi, so this is there in your EVS content in the standards, wherein they have all the different types of textiles which we have around India and Maharashtra also. Okay, Python is famous for Pythoni and all that. So different things are being mentioned in the content also. So if you are well versed with the content, so this simple questions you can attempt easily. Okay, so these are your in-hand marks wherein clearly the option is senior. If you are well versed with the content, you can easily get through these answers. Next, there are various seasons throughout the year on Earth. What is the suitable reason? So this is a little bit of geography now. There are various seasons throughout the year on the Earth. What is the suitable reason for this? Okay, so it can be reason or reasons because there are two options given. So A and B. So A, first reason what they say that is for the what we have. Okay, so for that, what is the first reason given? Inclination of the Earth's axis, that is reason 1. Reason 2, rotation of the Earth. So these are the two reasons which are given here. So now, which is the reason correct for it? So the options given is only A is correct, only B is correct, 3, A and B both are correct, while 4th, A and B both are incorrect. So what is the reason? Why do we have this season changes? You have learned about season cycle and why season say this occurs, the season cycle occurs. So tell me, which of the reason is the its first reason right, is second reason right, or is both the reason right or both the reason wrong? Tell me the answer. No one? Inclination of Earth's axis and rotation of Earth. So these are the two reasons which are given. So which would be correct? Is the first correct, second correct, or both incorrect? What would be the correct answer for this? Are the students listening? Everyone? Everyone is alert there?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, what would be the reason? No one? It's season cycle. Why the season cycle occurs on the earth every year? The various season what we have throughout the year. What would be the reason? Rotation of the earth, inclination of the earth's axis? Fast, fast. We have so many questions to go ahead. Okay, no one. So the as we know that rotation of earth is continuously on as well as inclination of the earth's axis, so both are correct. So because of this both the reasons, they are the reason to have your season cycles change seasons throughout the year. Okay, so our option 3, that is A and B, both are correct. Moving further, which of the following statement is an incorrect feature of Western Ghats of India? So again, this is another type of geography-based question. So which of the following statement is incorrect? Okay, so what are they asking? Which of the following statement is an incorrect feature of Western Ghats? So first, included as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Secondly, main divide between the river flowing to Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. Third, one of the biodiversity hotspot. And fourth, Kalsubai is the highest peak in it. So now, the first statement, that is World Heritage Site by UNESCO, it is correct because it's one of the biodiversity hotspot and because of which it is given the World Heritage Site. It's been declared by UNESCO. So the first and the third one is correct. Second, main divide between the rivers flowing to Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal, that is also correct. The wrong answer, so we have to find the incorrect one. Okay, so the incorrect statement is the fourth one because Kalsubai is the highest peak, that is right, but Kalsubai is in Maharashtra, not in the where the west is. So the Kalsubai is the highest peak is the wrong about Western Ghats. So Western Ghats. So the correct answer for this is in sorry, it's wrong. I have option is so the right answer is fourth. Kalsubai is the highest peak in it. So the wrong we have to see the correct incorrect feature. So incorrect feature is Kalsubai is the highest peak. Okay. So by mistake I have added the first one. Okay? So this is the question. So next question, coming to the next question, is based on history. Which of the following is correct statement or statement? So both the statements are correct or both the statements are wrong. So it is we have to see which one is we have to see correct statement. So first is Nizam Shah honored Shahaji Raje by giving him the title Sar Lashkar, Chief of Army. Okay, second, Nizam Shah awarded the Jagir of Bangalore to Shahaji Raja. Okay, so these are the two statements which are given. So we have to see which of the following is correct statement. Okay, so the first option is only one. A is correct. Second, only B is correct. Three, A and B both are correct. And fourth, A and B both are incorrect. So now the Nizam Shah honored Shahaji Raja by giving him the title. No, he had not given any title to him, nor the sixth. So both the A and B are incorrect. So A and B both. So fourth option is your answer. It's A and B both are incorrect statements. Next, generally non-metals are not ductile, malleable, brittle, good conductors. So now tell me, you all have learned about metals and non-metals, the properties of metals and non-metals. So non-metals, what property is not with them? So which is not the property of non-metal? This at least I think you can give me the answer. Ductile, malleable, brittle, good conductors.
Good conductors.
Yes, right. So generally, non-metals are not good conductors because the non-metals are bad conductors of heat and electricity. So the correct answer is 4, good conductors. Metals are ductile, malleable, brittle, but they are not the good conductors of electricity. So here you have to see to it that looking at it, you will feel that all the answers are correct and you may miss out with the answer. So you have to rule out the things which is the answer for you, the correct option. So correct option is good conductors. Next, how did Chhatrapati Shivaji Raje pay his Ashtapradhan ministers for their work? So now, how he used to pay his people in the Ashtapradhan Mandal, the ministers what he had. So how he used to pay them? So was it gifts? Was it cash payment? Was it Jahangiri or Vatan? So what was the way of paying them for their work? Okay, so like how we get salary for our work. So how Chhatrapati Shivaji was paying his ministers for their work. So gift of inams, it was not for Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Ashtapradhan Mandal. Jahangiri, no. Vatan, no. It's cash payment. He used to pay them with the cash. Okay. Next, portraying picture of people's life in Bhavartha, Ramayana, and upholding the tradition of folk theatre. This is a type of literature related to which of the following saint? So now what is it? What is the question? Portraying the picture of people's life in Bhavartha Ramayana and upholding the tradition of folk theatre. So that means presenting the folk theatre which shows the life of in Bhavartha Ramayana, the stories in the form of it. This type of literature is related to which of the following? So who used to have this, who made this use of this kind of literature with saint? Okay, Saint Eknath, Sant Namdev, Sant Sukaram, and Samartha Ramdas. So, which of the one who was associated with portraying this tradition folk theatre? So, the correct answer is Sant Eknath. Sant Eknath used to have the literature, the type of literature which was related to Bhavata Ramayana, and it was holding the tradition of folk theatre. Okay. Next question. What is the intelligent man from the stage of development in human evolution called? So it's already, I told you about the topic what I told you, the in history, evolution of mankind. So you all have to concentrate on this in detail about each and every stage, okay, about the characteristic and the stages when it existed and all that. So Homo habilis. So what is the question asked? What is the intelligent man from the stage of development of human evolution called? Okay, so the first is Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Neanderthal man, and Cro-Magnon man. So Homo habilis is the correct answer because that was the first stage of human being where that was a start wherein the men started using more of intellectual things, showing the development thing. So intelligent man, so Homo habilis was the first one to show the intelligence in the development of human evolution. So Homo habilis. So later, the further stages after Homo habilis, the other ones went on continuing the same thing, but certain other features were seen. But when it is asked for intelligence, so obviously Homo habilis would be the first stage to show the intelligence. So that is about the evolution of mankind. Next question, which of the following is not a fibrous substance? So now at least this answer I can expect from you all, a correct answer. Fibrous substance. So what is asked? Not a fibrous substance. So bajra, leafy vegetable, bran and margarine. So what margarine? So which would be the not the fibrous substance out of it? So these are the dietary substances. Okay, so what we have in the diet, in our diet. So we know that from the diet we get fibers. Okay, which is important for our metabolism. So bajra, leafy vegetable, bran, and margarine, which would be not a fibrous substance. No one. So bajra, how bajra is being used? So many people are there online, not a single person, only one or two voices, same voices I can hear. Rest other no one is able to answer.
Bajra for chapati and all.
Yes. So bajra we make bhakris and all that, or chapati or bhakri and all. So obviously it's a fibrous substance. Leafy vegetables, are they fibrous?
Mm.
No one. They are the highest ones what we get. Leafy vegetables provide you the fibers, most of the fibers. Okay, so bajra, leafy vegetable and bran, these all the three are fibrous substances. While margarine is a fat-based product. Okay, margarine is a fat-based product. So number 4 is your wrong answer. That is, it is not the fibrous substance. So bajra provides you fiber. So all the grains, especially the food grains, wheat, bajra, jawar. So these are all the fibrous substances which provides you the fiber. Okay, leafy vegetables, obviously they are the richest source of fibers. Bran is also the richest source of fiber. So, so the odd man out here is margarine. Margarine is a fat-based product. Okay. So this is the next type of question what we had. So it's based on the food and nutrition. So related to that, a lot of other questions, similar type of questions are being asked in the various papers. So previous years question papers you all can go through for better understanding. So these are also the questions which we are discussing from the previous papers only, and the few which are added. Next question. What is the chronological method used by Indian Parsi society called? So, what are they asking? The chronological method used by Indian Parsi society called. First is Pateti, second is Shahenshai, third is Hijri, and fourth is Pitru. So, which one is the correct chronological? Which is the answer? Anyone? At least logically think about and tell me the answer. No one?
Pateti.
Yes, because Pateti is the start of their year. So Pateti, that is the chronology method, what they use, it's a new year starts with it. Okay, so Pateti, you all must have always had this in the calendar, you must have referred to Pateti. It's a Parsi New Year. So Pateti is the right answer. That's a chronology associated with Parsi society. Going further, which book of the Vedic culture has the information about medicinal plant? Now, which book? So these are all the four different books which are related to the Vedic culture: Rig Veda, Samveda, Atharva Veda, Yajurveda. Every book has its own content. Okay, but what is asked here? Which is the book which is giving you information of medicinal plants? Okay, so the right answer here is your Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda has information about the medicinal plants, what is the how it can be used, and for what it can be used. All that is being discussed in Atharva Veda. So Atharva Veda is the book in the Vedic culture which provides you the information on medicinal plants. Okay, so this is the next question. So this is another type of question which can be asked. Then the name algebra, so it's the direct question. So the name algebra was initially given in which language? It was Arabic language. Okay, Arabic language. It was name algebra was initially given in which language? It was Arabic language. So first option is right. Next, the sky appears blue when we observe from the earth. Which of the following factor is responsible for the phenomenon? So first is atmosphere, second scattering of light. Now option A, only A is correct, only B is correct, 3 B and A and B both are correct, fourth B, A and B both are incorrect. Now tell me at least this. So the sky appears to be blue when we observe from the earth. Which of the following factors is responsible for this phenomenon? Which of the following is it atmosphere or is it scattering of light or is it both? Or both? No, not the no, both are incorrect. Which is the correct answer for this?
Scattering of light.
Yes, scattering of light. So option D, only B is correct. So atmosphere, anyways, atmosphere is what's the envelope, which is the air which we have around the earth. So it doesn't have anything to do with it, but only the reason behind this sky appears blue is the scattering of light. Okay, and it was given by whom? The scattering. Who explained the scattering of light? Who was the person who gave the scattering of light? This can also be asked. Question can also come in. For whom, in whose remembrance we celebrate Science Day? No one, not a single person from so many.
Charles Darwin.
What?
No, Charles Darwin. No.
No one. Scattering of light was given by who? How many number of students have joined? I think as I have shared, I don't know the screen. So many students. According to me, 30, 35, 40 students must be there. So not as only one person tried that too. Wrong answer. I heard something. Okay, so it was C.V. Raman, Dr. C.V. Raman, who gave the scattering of light explanation, or he discovered this phenomenon. Okay, please try to improve your content, knowledge. Okay, next. Following aid are given reasons. So what is it again? The similar type of question, reason and effect. Okay, so following are given reasons, cause and effect statements. So there are the two statements, one is the reason and one is the effect. Okay, which of the following alternative is correct considering the statement? Okay, so what is asked here? So the which of the following alternative is correct considering the statement? So what is the here? So water is a compound, that is a reason. Effect, the properties of water are different from the properties of hydrogen and oxygen. What is the compound? What is the compound? Water is the compound. The property of water are different from the properties of hydrogen and oxygen. Only A is correct. Only B is correct. Both A and B is correct. Both A and B are incorrect. So what is asked? Reason, water is a compound. Okay, and the properties of water are different from the properties of hydrogen and oxygen. So this thing, both A and B are correct because we know that water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, and it's a compound. And the properties of water are different from the properties of hydrogen and oxygen. Obviously, because hydrogen and oxygen both are what? Gases. Okay, and water is what? Liquid. So it has totally different property. So the reason and the effect both are correct. So our option 3, that is A and B, both are correct. Next, which of the following helps in the process of clotting of blood in case of wound on the body? So which of the following helps in the process of clotting of blood in the case of wound? So when we have a cut or injury or anything, so to control our blood flow, so our body has a mechanism of blood clotting. So, which of the following, out of the options which are given, which of the following is helpful in blood clotting in our body? So, blood capillaries, blood platelets, lymph vessels, and blood corpuscles. So, now blood capillaries and lymph vessels are the tubes which carry blood in our body. So, they are out of option. Okay, so you have to see what are they asking is the process of clotting of the blood in which your body, which is useful here. So blood capillaries and blood vessels, they are out of question because they are the tubes which carry blood in your body. Okay, so they are just for the transportation purpose of the blood. Okay. So blood platelets and blood corpuscles. So these are the two things in which we can have a correct answer for. So two options are already gone. Okay. Third, second, and fourth. In between this, we can have a correct answer from this. So blood corpuscles, it's just the blood cells what we have. Blood platelets. So blood platelets is the right answer for us. That is blood platelets what we have, which helps in the process of clotting of the blood. Okay. So this is the correct answer, blood platelets, which helps in the blood clotting. So these were the few questions which we have, which we had planned for the EVS. Now moving further, we will have a few questions discussed of the science paper, that is for the paper 2. So paper 2, which is meant for B.Eds or else the ones who have done graduation and D.Ed. Okay, the ones who have done graduation and D.Ed, they can also appear for paper 2. So it is a specialization. So your science subject, what we can discuss here. So the first, so paper 2, this is science. So the content related to science, the topics related to science are, so it's the content would be 6 to 8 standard, 6 to 9 standard, the content would be discussed here, or the questions based on that would be asked. So it is more of detailed content. Okay, so as compared to the paper 1, paper 2 is more detailed, more in-depth questions would come in based on this content. So what is the syllabus about it? So acids and bases and salts, metals and non-metals, matter, properties of matter, then basic concepts of light, electricity, magnetism, then cell, tissue, the detail of about different types of cells, tissues, different types of tissues, what are they made up of, all that. Animals and plants world, again here also animal and plants classification is focused, reproduction is focused, different processes which are being focused, everything is being focused here. So the type of questions are asked in detail on this. Then different systems in our body. Again here the detail about it, the different processes which takes place in our body, different enzymes which are working in our body. For what is the work of these enzymes? Different hormones which we have in our body, that has been focused on different types of hormones. What is the work of each and every hormone? So we, as we know that we have the different hormones working. That is thyroid hormone, pituitary hormone. So there are different types of hormones which are working in your body in performing the different functions. So that also has to be seen, because there are a lot of questions which have been seen on hormones and enzymes and all. Then natural phenomenon which we takes place around in environment, that can be the content, our universe, the stars, solar system, all those things can be considered here in this part, our universe. And natural phenomena about the seasons and the season cycle and all those things are being covered here. So this is the syllabus in short about science, that too paper 2. Okay, paper 2, which is meant for the graduates. Okay, the ones who are graduates, ones who have done the graduation, they can appear for this paper 2. Okay, so they can appear for paper 1 as well as paper 2 can. So both the papers they can apply. Now we'll discuss few questions related to it. So in now a man travels 8 kilometers due east and then 6 kilometers due north. What is the magnitude of his displacement? So now in this question, here you will have to solve the question. So what is the question? What is asked? That is magnitude of his displacement. So displacement you will have to what is it, calculate the displacement. So how are you going to calculate the displacement? So you will have to calculate with the help of the formula, displacement formula. Okay, so what is the displacement formula? Now here what is asked, east, that is the man travels 8 kilometers east and then 6 kilometers further in the north. Okay, so the direction changes have been given to in two different directions the person is moving in. So the displacement here can be calculated with the help of the formula displacement under root of eastward distance, the distance traveled first, and then plus the distance traveled next. So now here when we say this displacement is equal to under root, that is what is the first, how many kilometers, 8 kilometers, so 8 square, okay, plus 6 square will give you the answer for the displacement. So under root, so 8 square is 64 and 6 square is 36. So 64 plus 36 is equal to 100. So under root of 100 is 10. So 10 kilometers is the answer. So for this, you will have to know the formulas of displacement, velocity, and various other whichever. So there are a lot of questions which are asked on the solution. Okay, different problems are asked. So many of the papers I referred. So in that they have given a lot of problems related to these things: magnitude, displacement, velocity, and various other concepts what we have in science. So they have asked for the, so you have to calculate and get the correct answer for that. So for that reason you need to know the formulas related to each of these concepts. Okay, so the 10 kilometers, so the third option that is the correct answer for us. Okay, moving further, what is the SI unit of weight? What is the SI unit of weight? That is kg, Newton, the M, S2M, N, M. So what is the correct answer? What is the SI unit of weight? Anyone?
kg.
SI unit.
Newton.
Yes, it's Newton. Correct answer is Newton. So the second option is right. That is Newton is the correct answer. It's the SI unit of weight. Then essential constituent of amalgam is, so essential constituent of amalgam. So what is amalgam? Amalgam is the what is it? We can say a kind of an alloy or a mixture of certain metals. Now, there is one constituent which is essential. Without that, this alloy would not happen only. So the other mixture, other metals which are can change, but the one constituent which remains constant in amalgam is With which one? Is it aluminum? Is it copper? Is it mercury? Is it silver? Anyone?
Ammonium and mercury. Ammonium and mercury.
Which one?
A.
Mercury.
First one.
First one, aluminum. No, it's wrong answer. So it's we what is asked, only one answer is asked. Okay, we can give the two answers there. So it's amalgam is the combination of two or three constituents. But here one constituent is that which remains constant. Okay, which is essential. Without that, the amalgam, it will not be considered as amalgam. It will be considered as a normal alloy. Okay, so when we say amalgam is that the main constituent of amalgam without which it is not possible for us to make it. So it is mercury. Mercury would be the essential constituent for amalgam. Okay, so the right answer is 3, mercury. Next, water vascular system is present in. So water vascular system. So here, as I had already told you about the classification of animals and plants and all that. So and the characteristic features of each of the organism, the species. So if from there you will come to know which. So if you study that in detail, you will get the answer for this. So water vascular system. So this is a feature or characteristic of any one of this. So which is the one? Which organism is the one which has water vascular system is present in it? It's a type of a vascular system through which the water is being circulated and filtered. Water vascular system. Sponge, fish, starfish, cockroach. So you can rule out cockroach because it's totally different from the thing. So then and there the fourth option is gone. Sponge, fish, and starfish. Only these three options, which can be the correct one, which has a vascular system, water vascular system. So it's a starfish. Starfish has a water vascular system that is present. Next, the enzyme responsible for fat digestion is. Now, this question is based on the body processes. So that is digestion process. Okay, so we have studied about the digestion process in detail in from lower standard to higher standard we are learning, but in higher standards we are learning about the enzymes, what enzyme works for what. Okay, so now when we say trypsin, lipase, amylase, and pepsin, these are the four enzymes. All the four enzymes are there, and all the four are associated with digestion. But what are they asked? The digestion for what? Fat. So the one which is responsible for fat digestion. So which would be the one which is responsible for fat digestion? So trypsin and pepsin. Trypsin and pepsin. These are the two enzymes which are responsible for protein digestion. So proteins are broken down by these two, trypsin and pepsin. Okay, amylase works for carbohydrate breakdown. Okay, so the carbo, because your food when you eat, it has different constituents. Okay, so there are different enzymes work for the digestion. So trypsin and pepsin, they are responsible for breaking down of proteins, while amylase is responsible for breaking down of carbohydrates into simple sugars. Okay, so correct answer which is here is lipase. Okay, so lipase is the enzyme which is responsible for the digestion of fats in our body. This much is clear, everyone. So you need to know the content, then only you will be able to rule out the things and get the correct answer out of this. Because looking at it, all the enzymes you will get confused, because looking at it I may also get confused, because even though, so you have to rule out there's fine lines. So all are enzymes and that all are associated with digestion. But what is asked is the one which is responsible for fat digestion. So you have to think about and get the correct answer. So this will happen when you have the content knowledge prepared properly. Next, so the plant's hormone. So again, it's again the hormone question. So it's related to plants. Plant hormone which inhibit the growth of the plant. So inhibit means what? That means it is what is it? Hindering the growth of the plant. Okay. So these are all four are the hormones which are associated with plants. All are associated with plants. But auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, these are the hormones in plants which are responsible for the growth in plants. But the only hormone which is not fruitful for the growth is abscisic acid. Okay, which inhibits the growth is abscisic acid. So that is the so our answer is abscisic acid. So fourth option is the right answer. Next, general formula of alkene is, so this is based on chemistry. So alkene, alkane, so these are the chemistry based these things, components. So the here again this is content based answer questions, which is it. General formula of alkene is CnH2n. So the first answer is right, CnH2n. Moving further, bleaching powder is produced by treating chlorine with. So bleaching powder. So when the process of producing bleaching powder. So how is it being treated? How is it being prepared? So it is treated by chlorine. So produced by treating the chlorine with what? Chlorine with quicklime, milk of lime, dry slaked lime, or limestone. So which would be the correct answer? The dry slaked lime. Okay, so the third answer, that is the third option, that is dry slaked lime. So bleaching powder is produced by treating chlorine with dry slaked lime. Okay, so this is the correct option for us. Next, World Health Day is observed on. At least this you all can give me the answer. World Health Day is observed on which day? Is it April 7? Is it April 16? Is it August 12? Or is it September 16? This is a general answer question. At least this question answer I can expect from you all. World Health Day is observed on April 7, April 16, August 17, and September 16. Which is the correct option for us? April 7 is the correct answer. Good. So World Health Day is observed on April 7. Next, the right hand thumb rule is stated by. Now, right hand thumb rule, which is stated by whom? So, who has given the right hand thumb rule? Is it Fleming? Is it Oster, Maxwell, or Newton? So, right hand thumb rule was given by Maxwell. Okay, so right hand thumb rule. So this is direct question. So you need to remember the names of the person who has given what kind of theory or principle or any theorem related. So or any law. So right hand thumb rule was given by Maxwell. So these were the certain few questions which were related to science in paper 2. So we can say this ends our the session, the first session, which consisted of EVS and the science based. So EVS was for the paper 1 and science was for the paper 2.